Yeah. For real, for real. Like, it's real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. With the paper, see them lames later. Can't save her. Her stepped out, now she's saying what she really think. Really think, really think. Open accounts no matter where we at. There and back, eyes barely open. I never it once and she two. That means it's can't. But my explosive train to go, my chain to glow. Everything you see, I pay.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Able to slither by. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Got a man, it's right. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
20.
Here's Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina 1st down. The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the red zone now, Newton. And that's incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. to the ground attack here is McCaffrey. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on third down, Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they could look at positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Peterson, Charles, at age 33, I think when he signed with the Redskins, people were wondering what would this season be like. Well, it started off pretty good.
Yeah, and you remember the reason why they're asking that question. Age 33. Last season didn't end very well in Arizona. Had some good games, but was hurt down the stretch. Didn't have those games again. But now, 96 yards in the season opener for Washington at Arizona.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Wes Horton in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Preston Smith in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
20.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. They find some open field, and I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Newton. Olsen too much. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A gain of 8 and a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Here we go.
To throw on second down is Newton. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. 30, past the 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Washington's offense set to take over again here. You saw them last week against the New York Giants, 20-13. The Redskins wanted to get to 5-2. And, Charles, that's their best start in a decade since 2008.
And they're doing it a little bit differently than anyone would have expected because from the time they signed Adrian Peterson, they became a true run-first team. And he looks like the 2008 version of himself. Had 149 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 64-yard sprint for one of those TDs. His 15th career touchdown to 50-plus yards. That ties Barry Sanders for the most all-time among running backs. He really looks great.
And if you look at the Redskins' remaining schedule, it's the easiest in terms of winning percentage. So things looking bright in D.C.
The only team on their schedule that leads their division right now, and it has a winning record, the Houston Texans.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for 12 yards. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Crowder now to return. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. And here come the Redskins now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. On first down, Smith. He's got him in, complete. And that one results in 35 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first down, it's Smith. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. First down, here's a run with Peterson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Hey, let's roll.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. A final shot before break. Newton. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The Panthers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. The final shot before break. Newton and Olsen over the middle. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. So a very short kicker. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The third quarter starts with a run by Peterson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Tackle made by K1 Short. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run again with Peterson. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins first. Handoff comes to Peterson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. They give it to Peterson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Smith, and this is going to be incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Here's Newton. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They start the drive with Peterson. Oh, spinning away. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson, 79 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's going to let it go again. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing eeach other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to throw, Newton. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Newton on the move to his left. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Preston Smith in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Smith on first down. Doxson with a grab over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. So here comes Alex Smith as he'll lead his guys up to the line to go for 2. They'll let Peterson try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Hey. That's right.
On second down, here's Newton. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Preston Smith getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Third and long, it's Newton. Flushed out right. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. On second down, here's Smith. And that's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Smith now on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
On 1st and 10, Newton forced out to his left. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Newton on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Hey, hey.
2nd and 10, Newton again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Preston Smith, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funchess, 68 yards. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Again, Peterson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Throwing now, Smith under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. The Panthers are going to take another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
3rd down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone, so possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over at the 20-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and trying to...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. As this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Gano out to kick this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So out now come the Redskins. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Here's Peterson. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Peterson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field.